It's that time again, everyone. It's Tuesday evening, and that means it's time for your fix of 24 years at the tap end. This is the official story of Chris's life, not the one that Becky got from Facebook earlier. Do you dress up as anyone in this episode? Any former Prime Ministers?
No, not in this one.
Any sheikhs?
No.
Okay, so here is the actual latest pages from Chris's autobiography. Sit back, relax, enjoy, share, take care.
I thought I'd take you to the 21st year at the tap end, if that's all right.
Okay, so you're 21.
I'm 21, yeah.
It's a big year.
Ready?
Ready.
Charlie, a.k.a. Chazza D, had been a good mate of mine for many years. He's a very well-respected member of our group.
Hang on, is this Chango?
Chazza.
Chazza, I'm getting confused.
Yeah, no, there's Chango's someone completely different. He's a very well-respected member of our group, and it's for this reason that his birthday parties are always well-attended and are generally an above-average event.
You'll be happy with that.
Only last year we went to Manchester for a night out, which was by and large quality, and I don't use that phrase lightly, after a late-night hunt for booze ended up in an accidental detour to somewhere called Canal Street. It was a great way to see in Charlie's birthday. One year, however, the lads really decided to go for it. We decided that for Charlie's birthday we would venture abroad to the beautiful Czech city of Prague.
Oh, yes.
We had heard some brilliant stories about Prague, and we were all very keen to make the most of it in the name of Charlie's birthday. We were met at the airport in Prague by our rep, a blonde-haired man called Mike, that looked like a mixture of Bon Jovi and Peter Stringfellow. This was exactly the first impression we were all hoping for from our guide in Prague.
Please tell me you got on a coach.
We didn't, no.
Oh.
They really looked after us, I've got to say. They put us in a little minibus to take us into Prague.
Even better.
He handed us each a beer and put us in the minibus towards our apartments. The accommodation was surprisingly nice considering how much we had paid, but we weren't there for that. We dumped bags, mussed up, and headed straight out. In the first bar, our guide, who we had for 2 nights, unveiled a plan of action. We instantly respected him as our leader and followed like sheep. He took us straight to a restaurant for steak and chips. I'd later find I misheard the word chips when our lovely steak meal was interrupted by a confident female dancer in the middle of our table. Do you know what I mean?
Steak and...
Chips.
Steak and...
Chicks.
Kind of.
Steak and...
Strips.
You're getting there.
Kind of. That's
along the right lines.
Very warm. As Mike the rep explained, it was Charlie's birthday. The dancer proceeded to strip Chaz half naked and pour candle wax on him. It was weird, and I didn't quite understand why she was doing it, but Charlie was too afraid and happy in equal measures to question her antics. Through all this, people in the restaurant looked on, which was a bit distracting.
Was she meant to be there?
Apparently so. I think our guide...
Was it just a ruse to try and nick your meat?
No. We all had our own steak dinner, which was beautiful.
Right. She
one of the
wasn't
nicest
just
I've
after
had.
food?
No. She just turned up, walked onto our table. I wasn't expecting it.
She's on the table?
On the table as we all sat round eating.
Right.
And it was just a very, very odd experience in the middle of a restaurant.
Whilst you were still eating?
Yeah, and whilst everyone else was eating as well.
Does that put you off?
That's a bit rude. Let's wait till after the meal, you know?
Yeah.
Can I just ask about the guide? Mike, is it?
Yep.
So he's there all the time. You've got a Peter Stringfellow Bon Jovi bloke, and he's around with all your mates all the time.
I didn't realise we'd get this when we booked, but he turned up, picked us up from the airport, and then when we went to the apartments, he just hung around. And then he said he was there to take us out that evening as well. It was a result. So what he would do is he would just take us out to all the bars and look after us, and he knew everyone. It was brilliant.
He's like a fixer.
He was a fixer, yes.
Like you see on those documentaries where they get a fixer to get them in places.
Yeah. So he's the one who obviously knew this lady who turned up halfway through my meal.
Oh, it was a friend of his?
Yeah. I imagine so, yeah.
How much do you have to pay for this holiday? To get your own personal tour guide?
It really wasn't very much.
Are you sure he's not just someone that fancies a night out? I find it weird. He could have just been a hanger-oner.
When you think about it, I never knew we were getting a guide. I don't think any of us did.
I don't think he was a guide.
He's just a randomer.
I think he just tagged along.
He was a legend either way, though. He knew all the best places to go. No queues. It was a proper good night out. We ended up in a club by a river that had about 3 levels, where my mate pulled off a move I had only heard rumours before that he had performed. I'd met Paddy for the first time this holiday. He was mates with Dugsy at Manchester Uni, and he was a king.
He's an actual king?
Well, in my eyes, yeah.
Oh.
King of where? One of those rubbishy small countries.
Sorry, I interrupted.
As I queued to get into the club, he walked in, and as I got in, no more than 5 minutes later, he was walking out with a girl. He's a master at this. He would go into a club, stare at a girl, and with a simple flick of the wrist, get her interested.
What?
You told me about this before.
Yeah.
Like that?
No, he walks in, and it's a quick, like... It just does circles with his hand.
Like a traffic, when the traffic lights go out and the policemen stand there to move the cars on.
Like he's moving on traffic, yeah. So what he does is he'll just see this girl and he'll just stare at her.
Right.
And I think if she's with her mates, she's obviously thinking like you catch eye attention, he just stares.
Yeah.
And then he just starts doing that with his hand.
That is weird. That's wrong. That is gross.
I'm telling you, this works. And then he goes up near her and just. The main thing here is he just slips his hand into hers, and at that point it's done. The deal's done. Oh, I'm not joking, and this is true. He walked out with that girl before I was in the club.
It works.
And he told me that's how he did it.
So you have to pretend that you're beckoning traffic, oncoming traffic.
Just down there. So
do you have to whistle? You've got a whistle there?
No. All you do is stare at the girl, do that hand movement towards her, like you're reeling her in.
Are you staring her out?
Yeah, just really stare at her.
That was weird.
No, I don't.
No, I don't think you're both realising how girls work at this.
Well, it's really good.
I am one. Are you saying it works on every girl apart from me?
Yeah, but you're not viewing this in a clubbing environment. You're not viewing this in a...
There's a girl outside there. We'll turn the lights off, right? Let's get Anna, who's out there. Right, we'll get her in. Hang on.
When she walks in, do I just do this?
Yeah.
Just see what she says.
Right, so now in the studio, the lights are down really low.
Have you got any music?
Yeah, hang on. Just,
right,
wait.
Here she comes.
So, what do you make of Chris's gestures?
It looks a bit like he's stroking himself.
Hey? Scott, I'm going to go in with a hand thing.
Oh, I'm a bit scared. He's looking at me in a really sinister way.
Do I lean in?
Oh goodness. I don't know you that well. What just happened?
That worked for you?
I don't understand what it's for.
It's to make him
just
more
works. It's
make
magic.
You leave the club with him.
Oh, really? Oh. Well, we're not in a club though, so maybe.
There you go.
We did the lights.
We turned the lights down and put on Swedish House Method. What do you want?
True. See what you did there?
Did that do anything for you or not?
No, not in any way.
Right. Rubbish. Well, it works for Paddy. So
He must be hot.
Not really, no. It's hard to explain, but it worked more often than not. I once saw him go out in a British cycling shirt and pretend he was an Olympic cyclist. No one ever questioned it. It wasn't as obvious as saying you were a footballer.
Was he wearing cycling shorts?
No, he wasn't, but he acquired a T-shirt which said... He got it made up, which said Team GB cycling team.
He'd really thought about this, eh?
The next day, we tried to fit in a bit of culture, taking a walk into Prague and having a pizza in a nice restaurant.
That's not culture. There's loads of culture in Prague.
We went to a restaurant.
But that's not culture.
What would you call that?
Eating?
That's having a pizza.
We also visited a sports bar before we headed back, to the apartments to prepare for another big night out. Looking back, that one was a bit of a blur. Our flight was at around 8:30 the next morning. I woke up at 6, thankfully in our apartment, with a naked Dan Broadley asleep in the bath.
Who's Dan Broadley?
I thought it was Cockney rhyming slang. With the naked Dan Broadley, I was thinking. Audley.
And where's Mike the rep? Is he in bed with you?
Oh, no, I don't. I think he was gone at that point. I'm sure he was a rep.
I like it you're questioning it now.
Did he have a badge which said rep, like your mate had for the GB cycling team? You just believe him?
No, he just took control, and I just thought I just bowed down. So just no, I mean like no, I mean, oh no. We really struggled to make the plane home, and Dan was violently ill the entire flight. But it had been a legendary weekend. My mate Ollie, also known as Sir Dosser, wrote a song about it, Bish Bash Bosh, all about having a laugh in Prague.
Yes, we remember this.
Do you remember you played it a while ago?
Yeah.
How do you get it out of your head? I still sing that accidentally.
People loved it. If you've not heard Bish Bash Bosh before, it's a catchy one.
Bish Bash Bosh, having a laugh in Prague, watching some banter with your beer, not Fanta.
So this is the trip that the song was about.
Exactly.
Bash Bosh, having a laugh in Prague, watching some banter with your beer, not Fanta.
Whatever happened to Sir Dosser?
Oh, he's doing alright. He's just working on more music.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I've got his latest one if you want it.
Well, how would you not mention that to me before now?
Well, I just wasn't sure if you guys really liked Bish Bash Bosh enough that you would...
Hello?
Becky... Well, I know you did, Scott,
Yeah.
but Becky wasn't so sure, and I just thought...
No, I think we're both keen.
There's something unique about it.
Yeah.
I do like it. It's certainly catchy.
Well, let's put it out there. Let's ask the audience. This is Sir Dosser, if you've not heard it before, and his song Bish Bash Bosh, about the holiday we've just been talking about in the beautiful Czech city of Prague. Would you like to hear more of this man, his new song?
It's not gonna be dropped, save it for a rainy day. And then yippee-ki-yay, Sir Dosser brights up the day. Bish Bash Bosh, having a laugh in Prague, watching some banter with your beer, not Fanta.
Text 899. Let me know if you want to hear more Sir Dosser. It's got to be a yes, surely.
I'm annoyed that Mike the Rep didn't get a little verse in that.
Have you got any pictures of him on Facebook or whatever?
Oh, I probably would somewhere. Becky
Let's have a
probably
look.
knows.
What year did you go to Prague? Was your 21st year at the Tap End?
Yeah. You've just got to imagine Bon Jovi and Stringfellow.
Right.
I mean, if we can mash them two together somehow,
Hybrid.
that you've got him...
If Stringfellow and John Bon Jovi had a son,
Yeah.
God forbid, that's what Mike looked like.
That's him.
John Bon Jovi and his partner, Peter Stringfellow, are proud to announce the birth of their beautiful baby boy, Mike.
The Rep.